Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a reading for you. And I'm doing a Celtic cross just to switch up the energy a little bit. We're focusing less on astrological aspects at this moment. And I believe we are feeling the repercussive waves of the full moon in Capricorn, which has had a huge impact on your mindset, your perspective, your approach to your life at this time. So I started with glyph symbol oracles, and I pulled for you number 23, the feather or lightness. And this is a beautiful energy of freedom, which is counterintuitive to the way that we ordinarily think about Capricorn and its ruler Saturn, the heaviness. After all, Saturn is equivocated with lead, the metal lead. Couldn't be heavier, couldn't be denser, and it is almost zero conductive. So this density is the association that is being countered by, I believe, some kind of guidance, some kind of wisdom, some connection you've made with your higher self, with a sense of belief and faith that you are okay, that you have been and are doing the work that is important now. I'm going to read just a few lines from the guidebook for more encouragement. Avoid overanalyzing situations or dwelling excessively on details. Let go of rigid expectations and allow yourself to be flexible and adaptable. Release the need for control and surrender to the unfolding. You may receive signs, synchronicities, or intuitive insights that offer clarity and direction. Pay attention to your body. Physical tension can manifest larger issues. Stretch, take up space, and free yourself from the way you routinely move. It's an opportune time to partake in ceremonies, prayers, or practices which release old baggage and patterns. So there is almost a lightness in this idea that you are being released from a perception of struggle, difficulty, hardship, and obstacles. This is telling me that you're beginning to see your life as being graced by the challenges that you have survived, overcome, and taken a phenomenal measure of wisdom from the lessons you've learned. Beautiful energy. Your challenge, the Two of Pentacles. Challenges are more about the sort of countervailing influences that you may be experiencing. So this shows you really look at this fulcrum in your life where you are looking at the energies, the consequences of the past decisions, past relationships, and you are balancing that with what you are now recognizing in your shifting perspective as opportunities in the future. And there you are in the middle. This is not a card of standstill. For some, this means decisions been made. I believe it's a little bit higher than a decision. I believe a new perspective is being mounted from you. This is almost as though what comes to mind is Haitian voodoo ceremonies where the devotee is mounted by the god. But there's almost a way in which I believe you are rising or emerging into a godlike perspective, a sense of sovereignty in your life and the experiences you've overcome. In the goals, your goal, the Star card, this is really beautiful. In fact, this lightness you're experiencing, this sense of shifted perspective and greater wisdom, this wisdom that comes as the result of having learned lessons, discrete lessons here and there. Those lessons you may even currently be working on are yielding a measure of wisdom and vision. This is reassuring you, in fact, confirming for you that things you once thought were beyond your grasp are squarely within your path. You are moving directly towards a better life, a better experience of life, and a stronger capacity to share that with others. And this is powerful because it indicates your healing is peak. Your healing powers are peak. And this is directly, most appropriately directed towards your own healing, because the healing you gain is shared through your experiences or relationships with others. And so this feels like you are achieving something, or recognizing that you've achieved something that until now you had not understood as fully. And this is the comprehensibility of this healing is about its application in the world. And then your foundation, the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, this is a gateway to manifestation for you. Manifestation in terms of security, stability, sustainability, abundance, even wealth for some of you that desire that. But this is your understanding that the true abundance that you now recognize already exists in your life is one that is on your own terms. This is not on the terms of others or the socially sanctioned norms of success or achievement. This is the achievement you now recognize is within your grasp, that you're on the road to, based on the abundant life you live. And that abundance can be overflowing in lessons and connections, primarily connections to your source, your ancestors, the spirit team, the divinity, however and whatever you believe has been reinforced by your sense of connection to that. In the past, the Seven of Pentacles is describing, or Seven of Wands, is describing the way that you understand and have learned to understand. You've been on this path for a long time. That's the first thing that is very immediate to me. You've always been on this path. You may have chosen this path from a previous lifetime when you were on a similar path, or this is an opportunity to apply what you learned in another life. So your uniqueness, your originality, your unique compendium of skills and talents, this is something that you have struggled to understand. Not all of you, despite being Capricorns, have been on a route, a path for the entirety of your life or to date. You, more often than not, as many people do in this social world and economy, have moved around and acquired a diverse set of skills. But that, you understand, is to be protected. Your uniqueness, your unique contribution is something you're now seeing flowering. And you've protected that. You're more protected of that now as you come to see it in a holistic way, how it can be a contribution than ever. So this is beautiful, not allowing yourself to be knocked off your game by jealousy, competition, the constant demands for your attention to fix things. You're really clear now that those boundaries are essential to you having the space to do the work that you are currently realizing is yours within your grasp. in the future. The Four of Pentacles is about your foundation. And it's interesting because in many ways, I think that you are known and thoroughly invested in stable, sustainable, secure foundation in your life. This can be an accumulation of the work you've done to create the foundation that is now the platform for building. I think for a lot of you, it isn't just the way we think about a savings account, investments, or the home that you own. It is more than that, because we don't all have that. And yet we are still building a foundation that is sustainable. But we're understanding manifestation in more ways than money. We're understanding that our talents, our achievements, our experiences are part of that, included in that. And so you are feeling to a place where you recognize wherever you are that you've gotten to a place of a solid achievement, of solid rootedness. And from this place, you can now build through this doorway of abundance. The card for you, before I pull it, please let me know if this reading resonates with you. You can do that by liking this video. You can do that by commenting. I appreciate your comments. And subscribing to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate you for being here. You are showing up as the Temperance card. This is about patience, patience, and more patience. This patience comes about as the result of having endured many difficult hardships and overcoming obstacles. This is not because you have been meditating on a vision of a better life for the world. This is because you have exhibited composure and grace at every step along the way, throughout every storm you've experienced. This is the grace you've learned, the faith you've learned, that no matter what happens, you're going to come out of this okay, more than likely, despite how it looks, despite how bad it is. And I don't think there's probably too many Capricorns that can say they have not failed, they have not suffered, they have not had to overcome hardship. And that is the history of most successes. So this is really the grace and the patience now, not just to withstand difficult things, but to realize no matter how your circumstances look, with this mindset, with this groundedness that you're experiencing now at your very root, your consciousness and awareness that you have always had a vision can lead you to overcome and experience just about anything, knowing you're going to continue on your path. Nothing can shake you from this path. Particularly, I think I mentioned like others' actions that can distress you, that can upset you, that can hurt you. And a Capricorn is incredibly sensitive. Do intuit the needs and feelings of others, are very tender, can be very tender despite the tough exterior. So it is really sometimes our loved ones that whose indifference is like a knife in our heart. And you're learning that despite the display of dismissal, that there really is a true love, perhaps even true appreciation, but just not the appreciation that can be expressed or experienced in a way that feels safe. But that's not holding you back anymore. In the position of your environment, Three of Pentacles, you are absolutely working with your community, you're working with a team, you have refined your relationships so that you're clearly working with others who are on your level, They may not and probably don't share your expertise, but they are experts in their own aligned realms, so that together you're building something beautiful, excellent, resilient, resourceful for others, something others can gain access to. This is just stunning, because what's coming through for me is the creativity, the beauty, of building something new, but opening up your expertise in a way that you know you don't have to do this alone. In fact, it's better when you do it with others. And that really it is through your relationships that you are learning how your truths, how your beliefs and your faith impact others and how solid they are. So this is you opening up what you have gained for others. In the hopes and wishes, the Nine of Pentacles, this feels very Capricornish. Your hope is always to be self-sustaining, to prioritize the appreciation of your own work, to recognize that you are in the position of investing in yourself, assessing that investment, and reinvesting in not only yourself, but in other aligned projects, so that you enjoy everything you've built, and you recognize that it empowers you to participate and have an impact on your world. But the enjoyment of what you have is so important to you, because you're showing me that you have struggled quite a bit, that you have worked very hard, and that the sense of being responsible primarily to and for yourself feels like a privilege now. And this always reflects on the other side of the hope coin, which is fear. You are anxious at times that you can't quite cover the basis of your own life, your own desires. And that can create a sense of codependency in your environment, which I believe you are working very hard to stand in discreet relationship to. You have loved ones in your life, you care about others, others care about you, but you don't want that to be what you rely on, or the basis even on the way that you distribute the resources that you have to invest. So this is absolutely about your desire to be independent, which gives you the ability to choose what's best for you. And in your outcome, the Nine of Cups. Wow. Okay, I love 2 9s. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a sequence, but I also see that there is ultimately a sense of happiness, a sense of deeper than happiness. This is about satisfaction in knowing that you know how to manifest your desires in a way that benefits you, that the work you've accomplished over years has been the right steps for you. Nothing could have been avoided. Every difficulty has seasoned you, has prepared you for what is ultimately the most important thing for you, is happiness. We go right back to lightness, the feather. This is humor. This is joy. This is contentment, that you have done what you can do to achieve your goals. And the process of that is truly gratifying to you. You are pleased with yourself. And this is the kind of happiness that you've given yourself. This is the happiness of promising, keeping promises to yourself. And this lights on your self-respect, self-love, self-honoring who you are. Knowing that you always do the best you can do. I'm going to clarify the Knight of or the Nine of Cups in the outcome. We have 3 cards. 1. Oh, there look like more than 3. So I'm gonna, the Nine of Swords, the Justice, and the Fool. And that was the 7 of Pentacles. Good. So here we have another 9 beginning. So that's 3 9s. This is important for you. 9 is a magic number for those of you that have any passing familiarity with educational values. 9, any multiple of 9, the digits reduce to the number of 9. So this is about some kind of completion. And the 9 of Swords is telling me you have completed or released a life of suffering, an experience of long suffering and pain. This reflects anxiety, sleepless nights, feeling betrayed, feeling oppressed, feeling as if you have no control over your life. And what has evolved from that is 2 beautiful energies. The Justice card, your ruling sign, Saturn, is, in my opinion, all about justice. It's all about justice within, balancing with justice without, how you come to a balance within and manifest that in your life. The advocacy that you are able to share with others as a result of having gone through this journey. And of course, the balance is referred to the sign of Libra, which is Saturn's exaltation. In other words, it works best in relationship to community, to others. Justice only exists in relation to our world. You can't be isolated if justice is the operating belief principle. And the Fool card is the absolute best way of exhibiting, I think, this lightness, this feather energy that you're experiencing. Not only is Mott the feather of justice and truth, but this is also about a new life, divine, being touched by the divine, being guided, recognizing that you're beginning something new. You're beginning fresh in a way that emboldens you to take a risk, because these risks now are calculated. This is not a blind or naive or gullible leap out into the universe or off the cliff. This is really recognizing that you are now in flight. And this, I can't imagine a greater sense of liberation than that for you, Capricorn. I'm so pleased for this beautiful reading for we Capricorns in the world. Until next time, namaste.